up, y'all? Yesterday, and it was an alright day. The money lines did not do great yesterday, but the player props did very, very well yesterday. Just a quick analysis based off of this. I'm probably gonna drop more player props than money lines because it's pointless for me to post a money line and Minnesota loses to Pelicans. It's pointless to even go over all of that. If teams like that losing to the Pelicans, yeah, my bad. That's the only thing I'm, a little bit upset about yesterday. But let's get to it, to the recap. Detroit at Miami. Miami money line, chalk it. Did not cash. They lost on a buzzer beater to Cunningham. Bam Adebayo 15 points, 6 to 8 rebounds. It cashed. Dallas, Indiana money line cashed. Philly at OKC, the Philly spread plus 12 did not cash. Chalk it. Grimes 2 threes made, cash. Chet Holmgren 15 points cashed. Cleveland at Sacramento. Cleveland money line, chalk it. Donovan Mitchell for 20 points, cash. Over 3 made threes, chalk it. Mobley for 6 rebounds, he cashed. He had 7. Minnesota, New Orleans at Minnesota. Minnesota money line, chalk it. Shaking my head. Edwards for 20 points, cash. Gobert for 8 rebounds, cash. New York at San Antonio. New York money line, chalk it. Chris Paul over 6.5 points, cash. OG for 10 points, cash. Hart for 6 rebounds, cashed. We got Chicago at Phoenix. Chicago plus 6. Or Phoenix money line. Those both cashed. Chicago lost by 6 points on the dot, so that was pretty good for us. Booker for 15 points. He snapped. He had 40. Durant for 20. Easy. He had 26. Denver at the Lakers. I did not do a money line for this game, but the Lakers did win this game. Dalton Connect over 8.5 points, cash. Luka for 20 points, cash. And Michael Porter Jr. for 10 points did cash. So overall, we had a great day yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we won 17 different props, and we lost 6. And 3 of them were money lines. So 4 of them actually were money lines. So to be honest, I'm thinking really 5. Everything that I did miss yesterday had something to do with a money line or a spread. So I'm probably gonna relax on that and then just stick with the player props and give the analysis for that. But let's get into the video. All right, man. Welcome to the second part of the video where we do talk about the player analysis that I have, and I do have one game analysis that I want to talk about today. But let's get straight into it, man. Our first game, we're looking at Chicago at Sacramento. The 3 players that I have for that game are Zach LaVine for 15 points. Let's go over to that right now. It's gonna be a quick video today. It's not many games, and we learned our lesson on the money line the other day. So let's get straight to it. Zach LaVine, 15 points, pretty self-explanatory, going against his old team, Chicago. I just do the bare minimum, so 15 points would be the bare minimum for him. At home, it's around 80%. He's hit this line 50 out of 60 times this year. 25 out of 32 times against Eastern Conference teams. So, yeah, man. And his last 10 games, he has been averaging 22 points. So he could go over 20 today because he is playing his old team. But 15 would be a smarter pick for him, throwing him in a parlay of some sort. Next, we have Demar DeRozan for 15, also going against his old team. So that's why I picked him. Mind you, the Chicago's defense versus DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine's position. Against Zach LaVine, they're ranked 30th in the league in guarding. I believe he's a shooting guard. Yeah, they're ranked 30th in the league in guarding shooting guards, and against small forwards, they're 25th in the league. So, I mean, Sacramento's probably gonna light them up tonight, being at home. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, I'll put them at 15 each. If you wanted to parlay the game together, I would guess I would. I would go Sacramento money line, DeMar DeRozan 15 and Zach LaVine 15. Just a cool little, against the old team type of play. And I'm sorry if it is windy. I am outside right now doing this. This might be some background noises. Bear with me. And the next pick I did have for that was Vucevic for 6 rebounds. His line is at 8.5. I chose him for 6 because he's never went just 3 games in a row where he gotten 6. He always gotten more the next game. And he is 7 for 7 against Sacramento, averaging around 10 rebounds. He had 7 on January 12th against them. And away this season, he's hit this line 29 out of 30 games away and 57 out of 61 games, period. So I'm sorry if these plays aren't much value for this game, but that is what I do have for the Chicago and Sacramento game. On to our next game, Toronto at Golden State. Don't really got much for that game. I just got Curry for 15 points, maybe 20. And then I also do have Buddy Hield over 9.5. So I'm going to get into that Buddy Hield pick right now. Got Buddy Hield over 9.5 points. The reason I chose this is because it's head-to-head. He's cashed this line in 8 out of the 9 times he played Toronto since 2021. His last 10 games, he's up and down, I know. But what I'm looking at here is his minutes. If we just put him at over 14 minutes, over 14, and we look at him versus Eastern Conference teams at home, well, for one, he's 100%. But actually, excuse me, what was I looking at earlier? Oh, 1 day rest. If he has a 1 day rest this season, 2 game span. Not really sure what happened right here, but this is 2 games right here. That third one he didn't cash. But check this. If he has a 1 day rest after 2 games, and 2 games, he cashed the next one. So the last two games he did not cash with a 1 day rest. If you look at his last 10, you got this Orlando Philly game where he went over Charlotte, under Brooklyn and under Detroit, went over Portland, under New York, under Denver. I'm guessing he's going to go over this game in a game that should very much be a blowout. But do not knock down Toronto. Fun fact about Toronto, they are 41-27 against the spread. That is a top 3 against the spread team at 60% against the spread. So, I mean, you could try it out and put Toronto's spread and, for plus, I'm not even sure what they are, for plus 14. You could do that, but, I'm not really gonna add that today, but that's just something, food for thought. And the next we have Curry for 15, maybe 20. And all my maybe 20s is just if you want to do that and value it up. 15 points is pretty much guaranteed for Curry today at home. He's cashed this line 23 out of 29 times this season. His last 30 games, he's cashed this 24 out of 30. And if you look at him on a Thursday, his last 30 games that he played at home on a Thursday, He has cashed this line in 19 out of 21 games. And we're looking at this red bar right here, and he went over the next, and we're looking at this red bar right here, hoping he goes over this next game. Should be easy. It should be easy, I'm not gonna lie, but you never know with these NBA teams, man. You never know. But Toronto at Golden State, that's all I had was Buddy Hield over 9.5 points, and Curry 15 points guaranteed. You can maybe go up to 20 to value him. Next game, we got New York Knicks at Charlotte Hornets. I only got 2 props for this game. Like I said, I don't really want to get into the money lines too much anymore because we learned our lesson from the other day. I will continue to do money lines. I do have a money line pick in this video. It's not a solidified money line pick, but I do have a pick that I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. Just stay tuned. Mitchell Robinson, we got him for 4 rebounds. Mind you, he's went over in 9 out of 9 games versus Charlotte. I'm expecting him to play. In 9 games this season, he's cashed 8 out of the 9 times. For looking at against on a Thursday, he's 100% this year with 0 days rest. His last 30, he cashed 18 out of 22 games. With him playing yesterday against the Spurs, he had 11 rebounds, man. Hold on, let me wait until this jet go by. Plane. I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson over 4 rebounds. Jusuf Nurkic over 5.5 points. And I know this is a crazy line, but he's hit this in 6 out of 6 games versus New York. Last time he played them, he had 14, which was not with Charlotte, but his last 10 games with Charlotte at home, he's cashed 7 out of 10 games. If you look at it on a Thursday, I guess he does hoop on a Thursday. He cashed this year on a Thursday, 12-19. He had 12 points, and in his last 11 games at home on a Thursday, he has cashed this line in 10 out of 11 games. So Nurkic 3 birds. I'm thinking he can get a quick putback, quick putback lay, something like that against Eastern Conference teams. He's cashed this line in 26 out of the last 30 games against Eastern Conference teams. So this is the board that solidified my pick for him to go over 5.5 points. So that's what we have for that game. Moving on to the next game, my favorite game of the day that I will be tuned in for later. Milwaukee at the Lakers. Let's get into the quick player prop analysis real quick. Gary Trent over 1.5 threes made. Let's get to that game. Gary Trent Jr. I love this pick. 2 threes. He's cashed his line in 5 out of 6 times against Los Angeles. He had 4 threes on the 13th, 7 days ago. And what I do like about this pick is, let's see, away. This year, away, every time he had 1 3 made, the next game he cashed in every single game this season. If he just had 1, the game after he got 2. So we're going to look right here, 1 cash, 1 cash, and it just goes on, 1 cash. And I see that 1, I'm hoping that he gets 2. His minutes are up. He's up to 20. He's playing 19 to 20, 30 minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes for him. He's hit this line in 37 out of 46 games this season. I like him for 2 threes made against the Lakers, which I'm pretty sure he will hit. Also, this year away, he has never went back-to-back games with playing 21 minutes or more without getting 2 threes. Last game he did not get 2 threes. He had 1 against Golden State, so I'm hoping he gets 2 today, which I'm not even hoping. I'm pretty sure he will. That's a pick I'm confident in. Another pick I'm confident in is Luka for 20 points. Pretty much self-explanatory. Luka for 20 points every game is a definite. Same with Giannis. I got him as well. If we look at Luka, though, sitting at 31.5, he's cashes in 5 out of 6 games. So 20 points will solidify it. If you want to put up the 25 points for extra value, you can. I'm thinking he does cash this line of 25 points. I really do. 20 points solidifies it, though, man. His last 10 games, he's gotten 20 points. If he's playing at home, his last 30 games, he's cashed this in 23 out of 30 games. And really, those 2 games where he was on minutes restriction, you can take those off. And really, he's cashed this line in 25 of the last 30 games at home. So, Luka for 20 points. And we have Giannis for 20 points. Maybe 25 as well. Giannis for 20. I love this pick. I mainly love this pick because he's cashed this line in every game that he's played the Lakers. The last time he played them on the 13th, he had 24 points. So I'm liking Giannis for 20 today. He's cashed his line in 54 out of 57 games. Giannis for 20 points, looking pretty good. Also, we have Kevin Porter Jr. We got three props for this game that are, equal value. We got Kevin Porter Jr. points over 8.5. I chose this line because he's cashed this in 7 out of 9 games versus Los Angeles Lakers. In his last 10 games, he's been teeing up. He's averaging 17 minutes in his last 10. Bump his minutes up to 10 minutes, and his usage could be at like 15%. I like this pick because in his last 20 games away, every time he got a low number, a low number, like 2, he cashed the next game with 11. 7, cashed next game with 10. 8, cashed next game with 9. 7, cashed next game with 17. 4, cashed next game with 11. And then 2, we're hoping he gets over 9 points today, which he should because he had 22 points against the Lakers 7 days ago. So if we just need him to get 10, I believe he can do it, man. I believe Kevin Porter can get 9 points today. The last player prop that we do have is Damian Lillard over 22.5 points. And this is another pick that I really like. He's cashed this in 6 out of the 8 games. He got 22 against the Lakers March 13th. I like games that are played, if they just played, 2 weeks ago, the stats pretty much line up because it wasn't that long ago that they did play. Sorry about that for the wind. So away this season, Damian Lillard has never gone more than 2 games where he did not get over 23 points. So that's another solidification for me that he will get over 23 points today. If you look at him on a Thursday away, he's not looking very, very good. But what I do like is that against Western Conference teams in his last 30 games, he's never gone over 3 games where he didn't get over 23 points the next game. So right here, in between the Clippers and the Memphis game, he had 3-game spurt right here where he didn't get over 23 points, went crazy the next game. 3 games right here where he didn't get it, went crazy the next game with 28. And we're looking at it right here where it's 3 games and he went over the next game. Another thing that we're looking at is that 16 points, he went over the next game. And right here, 16 points, we're looking for him to go over this game. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. We're looking at how he had 15 points, and then in the next game after he got over 20. Right here, 15 against the Clippers, got over 20 the next game. 15 right here. I'm not sure who they played right here. It does not say at the bottom. We could see that. 15 against the Indiana Pacers and got 22 against the Lakers the next game. And then he had 16 2 days ago against Golden State. I'm thinking he gets over 23 points. It might be a sweat. This pick will be a sweat, but I do think that he cashes. Maybe final minutes of the fourth quarter type of cash. One of those. That is the player props I have today. For today, I'm gonna leave this up on the screen for, just a little bit, just for you to look at it, take a picture, and the game analysis that I do have for the Milwaukee and Lakers game. What I'm thinking for this game, I'm thinking it is gonna be a close, tight-knit game. I want the Lakers to win because I'm a Luka fan now. I like him on the Lakers a lot. Dang, this win. I hope it doesn't sound bad on the voice, but man, it's raw and uncut, man. Raw and uncut. We don't do no editing in these videos. I just get straight to it, my NBA analysis and a breakdown. But Milwaukee versus Lakers, offensively, Milwaukee does lead them in the stats category by like 114 points per game for Milwaukee, 113 points per game for the Los Angeles Lakers. It will be a close game. Lakers do have a better free throw percentage and a better assist to turnover ratio. If we look on the defensive side of things, however, the Lakers' points allowed per game are less than Milwaukee, sitting at 111, and Milwaukee's at 112. These numbers right here don't make too much of a difference when they're on the court. The Lakers do allow a lesser or much less three-point percentage than Milwaukee Bucks, but Milwaukee Bucks do allow a much lesser field goal percentage than the Lakers. Steals per game, the Lakers average more steals, sitting at 7.76, but Milwaukee, they're at 7.32, just the low 7. The Lakers on defense, they've been a pretty good defensive team. This stats right here, it don't really matter. I think this game could be whichever team has the better night. Now, my favorite for this game is the Lakers, but statistically and, player-wise and the player props that I do see for today, I am thinking that Milwaukee will win. I'm thinking Milwaukee will win because of size. Kuz is a big player, Brook Lopez, Giannis. I don't think Jackson Hayes and Vanderbilt can match up to them size-wise and experience-wise at that. Giannis and Brook Lopez have been playing for years, man. And if it's anything, a team playing against the Lakers team like this and they're hyped up around them and there's hype around them, the players are going to go hard against the Lakers. That's what they want. They're not going to go as hard against a team like Washington Wizards where there's no hype. But yeah, I do think the Lakers will win this game. I am favorited. I will be rooting for the Lakers. Oh, let me take all of that back. I do think Milwaukee Bucks will win this game, but the favorite for me is the Lakers. If I was to put money on this game, I'll put money on Milwaukee. That's all I'm saying. Alt lines, 20 points for Doncic, 20 points for Giannis, and Dame for 15 points. You can put Dame at 20 points because I do believe he is getting over 23 points today. So we can really change this to 20 points, And that pretty much wraps up this video, man. That wraps up this video. And thank you for tuning in if you are tuned in this far. Like, comment, subscribe. I got this wind out here. And yeah, hope you enjoy it.